Nobody actually likes seeing their team lose. So if you're not disappointed by the result on Wednesday against Barcelona, then, you know, do you really support your team? I don't know. No one wants that. But I felt before the game that there was always a chance. I knew it was going to be tough, but I thought, you know what, anything can happen in a football team. You know, no one gave us a chance against Real Madrid, but, you know, we did what we did last season. So I kind of thought to myself, well, you know what, let's just wait and see, support the team, because that's what we're there for. We're the supporters. We're the guys that are supposed to be, cheering them on and carrying them through, being the 12th man and all that. So when the team sheet came out, I looked at the team and I thought, okay, considering what players were available, decent looking side. You've got Kane up there right at the front, and you've got Lamela, Son, and Mora behind him, and I think that's quite an enviable attack to a certain extent. Lamela's started to put a few goals in, and Mora's did what he did up at United, and so you think to yourself, well, that looks pretty good. Sanchez at the back with Alderweireld. Well, he had a good partnership with Vertonghen. Vertonghen and Alderweireld are good together. So, can they gel and keep things going? Trippier, I thought, yeah, okay, right back. He's the preferred right back anyway. So it made sense. He's our first choice there, I guess. Bit disappointed about Rose. I thought Rose should have played. He's been in form and he's been playing well, and I think for a lot of people he was man of the match against Huddersfield. So I was surprised that he didn't play. I've watched on the We Are Tottenham TV guys say that he likes to rotate the fullbacks, and I guess that maybe that is the case. But for me, I still think Rose would have been the preferred player. He's the one in form. He's the better option. Just my opinion. So I was a bit disappointed by that. In my mind, I did have Wanyama and Winks in midfield. I felt Winks would, maybe be the one that would be a bit more of a playmaker, and Wanyama would be there to protect the defence. Big ask for Big Vic though, to be fair, because he's not played that much so far this season. So to come in against, arguably one of the best teams in the world with the best player in the world, then that's a big ask for the guy. But we know what he's capable of. I mean, for me, in his first season, he was one of our best players. Hasn't quite hit that form again since being injured. But for me, I still want him in my squad. And I was keen to see him in there. I was more concerned that it would be defensive with Sissoko and Dyer. And I was like, I don't really want to see that going on. So overall, I was quite happy with the team. The atmosphere around Wembley was really good. It was really buzzing. It was good to catch up with Josh and the guys in the Punjabi in the Novotel. Big up to them guys. Do some good stuff over there. So there was buzzing around the ground, and got inside. It was capacity crowd, 83,000 I think in the end that they put up. So that's massive. Yeah, lots of tourists. Always is going to be that. You're always going to get that in big games. And if you're an up and coming club, then I suppose you've got to put up with having some of that going on. Hopefully, when we get back to the new stadium, that'll be less of an issue, because it'll be 60,000 fans, and 40 odd thousand of them are going to be season ticket holders. So hopefully we won't get so much of that. Because obviously Wembley is a soulless bowl anyway, and there's more atmosphere on the moon, isn't there? So sitting there, even when you're singing, it's just going straight out the roof. You think this is a waste of time. But to be fair to the supporters, certainly around by me, they were buzzing, and a lot of supporting. Even when we went 1-0 down, the crowd really got behind the team. I understand it wasn't very good on the TV, but certainly in the stadium, there was some good atmosphere. Keeping the game going. A lot of people talked about the booing at half time. I personally didn't boo. I don't boo. I certainly won't boo my own team. But a lot of guys were talking about booing at the ref. And I get that. I honestly felt, and I've not seen it back, so, you know, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But the ref seemed really soft. Seemed to be giving away a lot of free kicks needlessly. You know, stuff that you think, oh, come on, really? You know, is that bad enough for a free kick? You know, and you know, Barcelona are known for that anyway. You know, going down and playing ugly, and I've talked about that on previous videos with the guys at The Thing I Like Most podcast. So I don't think we do enough of that, but I think they obviously do too much of that. You know, especially when you've got Suarez rolling around, you know, rubbing his teeth on the floor. So, you know, that did wind me up a little bit, the ref. I was getting the ump with him. The lino as well, I thought he was a bit quick on his flag, didn't really seem to know what he was doing. But again, you know, this is me in the stadium. This isn't me watching it, analysis with slow-mo and lines and all the rest of it. I'm not Jamie Redknapp or any of that mob. You know, I just say it as I see it. So, you know, for me, I just felt he was a bit soft. But he seemed more soft towards them. I don't know, you know, but maybe I'm biased. But yeah, there was a few opportunities I felt that, you know, we could have got somewhere into the game. But so that was really frustrating. So the first half come and went, and you know, like I say, we were unlucky. We were 2-0 down. You think, oh, you know, here we go. Are we in for a big drubbing? You know, so we were all calling for a big start to the second half. And initially, I thought it ain't happening. That ain't gonna happen. There wasn't a big push at straight away. But the crowd did get behind the team. Harry's goal, you know, anyone who says that Harry Kane is a world-class player, to me, don't know anything about football. I mean, he's up there with the best. He's got to be, you know. But that was a class finish. Made by Lamela, in my view. You know, he's running forward. I mean, the kid was running. You know, sometimes you think to yourself, don't dive in, Eric. Don't dive in. You know, run around and that. Don't dive in, because you're going to get yourself sent off. And there was a couple of times I thought, oh, don't. But to be fair to him, you know, he worked his socks off. Got his just rewards with his second goal, and the crowd was going crazy by this time. I mean, it was a real roller coaster. And I felt that we were in the ascendancy. We were getting somewhere, you know. We were actually making headway, and you could see their defence was rocking, and I thought they don't like it. They don't like it up them, Mr. Mannering. They don't like it up them. So I was quite impressed with that, and I thought, yeah, come on, we're really going for it now. The fourth goal kills it, doesn't it? You know, you're pushing. You know, you leave Messi standing right in the middle of the goal, unmarked. What's he going to do? He's going to bang it away. He's already had two at the post, you know. So we rode our luck a little bit there. So, you know, but I really did feel like we were getting somewhere. Poch made his substitution and he brought on Sissoko, and I'm never one for hating on a player or having a go at a player or and that sort of stuff. But I really failed to see what he's doing, what is he bringing to it. I mean, his one chance that he got that came through to him, and we all knew instinctively it's going over the top. You know, I'm up in the gods and I'm like this, ready to catch it, you know. And to be fair, once he'd hit it off his knee and it had gone flying, we all just laughed. You know, we just laughed. Not in a horrible way, but in a, we knew that was going to happen way, you know. I feel for the guy, I really feel for the guy. If I ever wanted a player to actually do something and prove people wrong, it's him. You know, I want to go around his house and give him a big hug and say, come on, son, you can do this. I don't know what it is you can do, but you can do it, whatever it is. But, you know, so it is beyond me. It is beyond me a little bit, I've got to be honest. I guess from Pochettino's point of view, he's bringing on someone who can get in the way and run at people, which he does, you know. But if you're going to do that, you need to do that all the time, because the fourth goal for me was down to him again. You know, he should have took the ball, took the man, sent it into Rose Head like he did his chance. You know, for me, I just thought, well, you know, this is a bit of You see it as soon as he got it, everyone's going, no, it's Sissoko, no, and then before you know it, Messi's in the middle, bang, 4-2, disappointing, looks like a drubbing. But I didn't think the game was as bad as that. I didn't think we deserved a drubbing, really. But to be the best, you've got to beat the best, didn't you? And clearly we ain't there. I really do feel that we need to win some sort of trophy, you know, whether it be the Carabao Milk League, whatever you want to call it, Carling Cup or the FA Cup, or if we don't carry on in the Champions League, the Europa League, you know, we need to start putting some silverware in the trophy cabinet so that the players start to become attracted to the club. It's all well and good saying you'll attract players if you're in the Champions League. We're in the Champions League, but we're still not attracting those players. You know, money, I guess, is part of the problem in terms of what you're going to be prepared to pay. I mean, if Man United are paying a piano player 350 grand a week, and we're paying one of the best strikers in the world 200 grand a week, I mean, that speaks volumes. Our strategy isn't to do that. We're not that team. We don't pay that kind of money. And I understand the reasons why. And I don't want to be some oligarch's plaything. I don't. I want my team to develop talent. I want them to bring players through. I want them to win silverware and all the rest of it. And I guess I want everything. I want the world. I don't want to be Man United. I don't want to be Man City. I don't want to be Chelsea. But I do want their success, I suppose. So, you know, maybe I'm deluded. I probably am. I've been a supporter for 40 odd years, so what else can you expect, you know? But ultimately, that game's finished. We move forward. We're now back in the league. Cardiff tomorrow. I'm up for it. I'll be there. Thankfully, I'm, you know, keen to go, and I'm hoping that if we put out the similar sort of team that we did against Barcelona, we can actually smash them 5-0. You know, that's what I'm looking for. You know, anything less than 5-0 is a disaster. But you know what it's like. This is Spurs. We've been doing it the hard way since 1882. Are Cardiff going to come and make it easy? Nah. Are they going to piss us off? Yeah. Are we going to get frustrated? I expect so. So we need a really fast, good start. We need Kane to bang one in straight away, right from the off. And we need to give someone a real good spanking to get some confidence back up. And then it's a case of bringing on the old wet spam so that we can knock them out of the Carabao Cup, which would be a fantastic feeling. I've got a lot of West Ham supporting family. Mrs. is a West Ham fan. Don't tell anyone. So, you know, I do get a bit of stick when we lose to them. Be sure of that. I am an East London boy, so they all like to remind me that they're still around. They hate us more than we hate them, to be fair. But it's already their cup final, isn't it? So we'll see what happens. But anyway, that was my thoughts on the game. I don't know what yours are. You can leave a comment if you want. It's up to you. But ultimately, as we've said before, this is a marriage for life. You know, you pick your team for good, for bad, for better, for worse. You're there. So I'll be over there on Saturday, and I'll say one thing: up the Spurs. Let's see what happens.